those times in life where things just weren't going well? Things were a little bit off with yourself, with everyone around you. Well, it might be that you made some sort of change, some sort of choice, some sort of decision, and you didn't even know about it. And I really think this quote from Susan Scott, the author of Fierce Conversations, captures it well. We are all changing all the time. Not only do we neglect to share this with others, we are skilled at masking it even from ourselves. So what are some signs this might be happening for you? Well, one, things just feel off in general. There's usually a lot of miscommunication happening. You're saying one thing, people are hearing another. You might be saying or doing one thing and meaning something different as well because you're not clear about it yourself. You might be having conflict with others. You're feeling frustrated, they're feeling frustrated, and nobody quite knows why or what's going on. And you might be a little bit tired, or maybe even a lot bit tired. And that's because acting in one way and not really knowing why you're doing it and just kind of hitting your head up against a wall over and over again is exhausting. And so it's worth digging around and figuring out what's going on. So what do? Scan your environment. And I don't just mean your physical environment, scan your mental environment too. Was there a decision that you made somehow, some way that's causing you to act differently? Was there some culminating thing that happened and you never really paid attention to it? It might have been a result of a big discussion or a big argument or a big whatever that you've already had. Maybe you decided recently to step up your game a little bit. You're going to go after something bigger, better, greater, and you forgot to tell the people that you're working with. That's a big deal. You start acting in a different way and people don't understand why. And one that can happen a lot is you clarify a belief. There's something that you already believed, you've got more and more clear about it and what you want to do about it to live that belief in a more powerful way. And when you make those decisions, belief decisions can feel like they're really private and really internal, but they affect the way you act. So it's important to know if that's what's happening so that you can communicate them appropriately. And speaking of communication, who do you need to communicate this to? So once you figure out this change, this decision, this growth, this clarification that's been made, who do you talk to about it? Maybe it's your partner, maybe it's your coworkers or your team members. It might even be your clients. Probably family and friends. It doesn't mean that all of these changes require communication to all of these groups or all of these people, but who are the most critical and important people to be communicating with? Because once you do, then you can figure out if they can get on board with this change that you're making. So what might that conversation look like? I put together this little script. Hopefully it's helpful. Do with it what you will, but just give it a shot and make it your own. Here's what it might sound like. Listen, I know things have been a little bumpy lately. I recently realized I'm saying yes to too many things. I need to start saying no to some stuff. I changed my behavior without talking with you about this, which has caused a lot of tension and frustration and misunderstandings, and I'm sorry about that. Moving forward, I'd like you to know that I'm going to be saying no or maybe or let me get back to you on things rather than saying yes right away, so I can do a better job of managing my schedule, my priorities, and my energy better. What are your thoughts? That last question, what are your thoughts? You might not want to ask that. I get that. It might not even be necessary in some of these discussions. Sometimes it's something that you're saying, this is the level of service we provide to our clients moving forward, period. However, that question of what are your thoughts, if you're being authentic about it, you might get some really good information that will help you make the change that you're trying so hard to make. So I think it's a really good question to be asking, and it's worth giving a shot. The thing is, this conversation, in addition to everybody else, or maybe even more so than anybody else, this is a conversation you might need to be having with yourself. So think about that too. Once you've scanned your environment, once you've figured out what the change is, have a conversation with yourself first and foremost about what it looks like to make this change, to live out this clarification that you've come to. This stuff isn't always easy to do by yourself. Hi, I'm Elise Touche, and I'm a purpose and leadership coach, and I help people figure this kind of stuff out. So if you need help figuring out a change that you're going through or a change that you want to be going through, you can always learn more about me at elisetouche.com. My purpose is to help people find a deep and profound level of acceptance for themselves, appreciate others, and help them to come together to move each other and the rest of the world to a better place. Have a great day.